All right, let's look at this bullcrap. Starfield looks fucking incredible. It's the next Bethesda game coming in 2023 and has the potential to become the game of the decade. Number one, my God, this title. Literally, you could just have titled it Starfield looks fucking incredible. And you're done. We're done. We finished it. The title's not the worst thing, though. There's two things going on in this article before we dive into it. This guy just decides to dudesplain Starfield. The second half of it is he dudesplains game delays to us. So I'm just gonna read this in the voice that I imagine that this guy wrote this in. I'm fucking aroused for Starfield, and I'm not afraid to admit it. This game has potential to become the game of the decade, and I'm praying Bethesda delivers a masterpiece. Starfield has been one of those games we've been hearing about for a while. This past Sunday at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, we were able to finally see some gameplay. We did. It was awesome. It looked incredible. I'm fucking amped and hate doing this to myself. I continually get my hopes up for new games and get let down. It's a vicious, toxic cycle that I can't break out of. Most people in their it's gonna keep getting worse and worse. Most people in their 20s are in toxic relationships with exes, but for me, it's not the ex, it's video games. Doesn't get much more pathetic than that. TBH. This is gonna devolve into, yeah, it is. Back to Starfield. It's the same developers as the Fallout series and Skyrim. Super love this guy, dude, explaining Bethesda to us. Who's the target audience for this article, dude? If they're going for their normal Barstool audience, none of them are gonna care about Starfield. If they're trying to, if their target audience for an article like this is gamers, this is the cringiest shit in the world. Are you really gonna sit there and have a paragraph explaining what Bethesda is to gamers? Gotta explain this to the dude bros that only play Madden and COD. The dude bros that only play Madden and COD don't care about Starfield. Fucking, I don't want to play that Star Wars bullshit. I don't want the lasers in fucking spat shops. Back to Starfield. Players are able to toggle between first person and third person, depending on their preference. This game is set very similar to Mass Effect in the sense of space exploration and encountering wild alien creatures along the way. Whoa, fucking aliens in space? It's very similar to Mass Effect because of aliens. There's also an absurd amount of customization within the game. I hope the devs don't get carried away and draw focus away from the meat plus bones of the game. What the fuck is the meat and bones? Tell me what the meat and bones are. That's the thing. If you're gonna cover games, fucking know what you're talking about. Why are you excited about this game? The fucking bloom looks amazing. Look at the ray tracing that they've incorporated. The graphics look insane. When it comes to customization, like how far does the customization go? How far can I customize how my character is gonna play? Do you have to go down a certain skill tree, or does your gameplay determine what your character turns into, like in Skyrim? Like, there's so much else to talk about. Let's watch this Instagram video. Fuck it, I'm done doing. That's my favorite voice that I've ever done of anybody ever, though.
Finally got to see some gameplay of Starfield. If you guys haven't heard about this game already, it's gonna be
I was so close with the voice. Figure out who your audience is, Barstool. If you're gonna start covering games, if you're trying to explain games to your normal audience, most of them probably aren't going to give a shit about a game like Starfield. If your audience is gamers, if your audience is old middle-aged suburban fat guys like me who love video games to escape the stark reality that they've put themselves in, or if it's just like normal gamers who just like to consume all of the games, probably don't have somebody that's dude-splaining video games to them. We don't need somebody dude-splaining Bethesda to us because we've been complaining about Bethesda for the last 2 decades. What we want is somebody who's going to dive into what could work, what might not work, what it would mean. Like, what does it mean if it has 100 planets with 1,000 destinations? You can still have the Barstool voice without having the Barstool mind. Get somebody who knows what they're talking about with video games. Gamers are going to laugh you off of every platform you're on, because if I know one thing, it's that gamers don't give a shit about hurt feelings. You'll either quickly change your mind and find people who know what they're talking about with this shit, or you're going to stop covering video games.